Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about the future of flipping. Now there is a bunch of new changes that have completely changed the way we're going to be flipping in the war within and onwards. It's no longer the days where you're going to be single round flipping. What we're going to be doing is always cross round flipping. And don't worry, you don't need multiple accounts. You can actually do this with just one account, and it is made very, very easy with the war within. So what you're going to need for the requirements is TSM, which is an add-on, which is Trade Skill Master. You're going to need at least one tab in the Warband Bank, which is the new banking system, which allows you to transfer items from character to character that's on the same BattleNet. This is very important. You want to have multiple tunes on multiple different realms, and you also want to be using tools like Saddlebag Exchange. This will really help you out. So first of all, what you want to do is go ahead and buy the Warband Bank. Now the first tab is only 1000 gold, very cheap, and you only really need one tab to do this process. However, for the video's sake, and because I'll use these in the future, I'll go ahead and buy all of them. The second tab is 25,000, the third tab is 100,000, and they start to get a bit expensive now. So the fourth tab is going to be 500k, and the fifth tab is 2.5 million. However, like I mentioned, you only need the first tab, which only costs 1000 gold to start doing this. By using this war bank, we're going to be able to transfer items from realm to realm very quickly and very easily. And we can do this with only one account. To buy the warband, you can go to any banker in the game. Now next up, you want to set up a bunch of different tunes on multiple different realms. This way you have a character to go ahead and log into, access the Warband Bank, and grab the items out and post them on the auction house. So as you can see right here, I've got a bank character on every single realm on the NA. Now I've went the extra mile and I have 2 accounts on my BattleNet, so I cover absolutely every single realm that is possible on the NA region. You don't have to do this. You can just do this with one account, and you can just pretty much cover at least half of the realms. Now there is a big catch when setting up these characters. Some of the realms are actually connected. What I mean by connected is that they share the same auction house. Now there is no point having multiple characters on the same auction house. So I'm going to show you a website where you can find all of the connected realms. As you can see right here, it says the auction house is shared between your realm and the realms connected to it. So we want to make sure we're only making one bank alt on each connected realm. So let's go ahead and select America because I'm on NA. Now as you can see, these are all the connected realms. So if there's multiple realms, that means that they're all connected and share the same auction house. So you need one bank alt on these realms. Then if we go down a bit further, we'll see the not connected list. So this is all single realms, which will need a character on every single one of these realms if you want to cover all of them. Now once you've got this set up and you've got your characters where you want, a really important thing that you're going to do with TSM is the region-wide setting. So just click on settings, and right at the top here under general options, you're going to see enable region-wide tracking. Now to get this to work, you are going to have to reload after selecting this. And basically what this will do is it will keep track of the data across multiple different realms. So it's going to be region-wide. So if you buy on realm A, then you log on to round B, you're going to have the data from round A available, which is very important, especially with how my TSM operations are set up. Now I'm going to show you how to actually move items across realm using the Warband Bank. So this is one of my characters that I have some items on that I'm currently flipping. I'm going to go ahead and post these all up on the auction house. Now once again, like always, we're going to be using TSM to post our items, because TSM is by far the best way to post items. It's the quickest, and with the operations you can set it up so you're posting at the best possible prices. I personally use a really good operation for flipping. Now if you want to get your hands on this, it is inside of my flipping guide for retail. And now how it works is it will only post items at a minimum percent of 50% profit or more. So we'll calculate how much you paid for every single item, and then we'll work out what is 50% profit or more, and it won't allow you to post them for below that number. The majority of the time it is going to post them for a much higher profit margin, but at the very minimum it's going to be getting at least 50% profit margin back from these sort of items. So items that aren't on the region-wide auction house that are not commodities. And it's also set up to only post one of each item on a single auction house. This means you can go ahead and you can post all of the items, and as you can see in the blue text, there's going to be leftover items that have already won on the auction house. This is a really simple, quick and easy way, especially if you're dealing with a lot of items, to figure out which items you want to move to a different realm. Now there are tools so you can pick which actual realm would be the best possible realm to move an item, but if you're working with a lot of different items, this is a great way to do it. So all these items in my bags are currently items that I already have posted up on the auction house. Now we only want one of each item up on the auction house. So what we're going to do with all the ones that we already have the item posted on the auction house on this realm is we're going to throw these in the Warband Bank. And what we're going to do is we're going to log on to a different realm and we're going to post these on the different realm. Pretty much just making sure we only have one of each item on each auction house so we can spread out our auctions across multiple different realms, giving us a higher chance of getting sales and making a lot more gold from doing this. Because if we have, say we have 2 or 3 of the same item on the same auction house, we're more than likely only going to sell one of that item. However, if we spread those out across multiple different realms, we even have more of a chance of selling these items. Another really good tip, if you want to sell more items when flipping, which obviously we all do, you want to be selling on high populated realms. The higher the population, the more buyers that you have on that realm to actually sell to. There's a few other things that come into consideration though to find the very best realm. For an example, if there's competition and the price. But overall, if you're just moving a bunch of items and you have a big inventory, you want to be moving those first to the high populated realms that also have a good price. So we're going to log over to a different realm right now. And first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Warband Bank and we're going to go ahead and grab those items out that we just moved from the other realm. So if we open up the bank, click on the Warband Bank tab right down the bottom here, we can see our items are waiting for us. So just like that, we've moved a bunch of items from realm A over to realm B. Very, very simple now. There's no more where we have to have 2 accounts and we have to invite each other, trade 6 items at a time, which takes a lot of time like we had to do before. Now we can use the Warband Bank and make the whole process a lot quicker and a lot easier. So I'm going to post these up using my operations once again. And as you can see, we already have a tiny crimson whelping on this second realm. And we have one that we brought from the other realm. So we're not going to go ahead and post a second tiny crimson whelping on this realm. We're going to do the same process. We're going to head back over to the Warband Bank. We're going to add this to the Warband Bank. And then we're going to jump over to the third realm. So simple as this. And this is how we're going to be moving a big amount of items from realm to realm and spreading these out across a lot of different realms. Now we're on the third realm. Let's go ahead, use my operations once again with TSM and post this item up on the auction house. So just like that, we have moved all of the items that we have more than one of to multiple realms. Now let's talk about tools that can help you with cross-realm flipping. By far the best tool that you can be using is saddlebagexchange.com. Now I'll have a link for this down below in the description box. But first of all, what you want to do is you want to head up to the top and you want to select your region and also your main realm. The most important thing here is to select your region so it can give you data based on your region. Now once you have this set up, you're pretty much good to go and start using all of their different tools. And they have a bunch of very, very useful tools when it comes to cross-realm flipping that will make you a lot of gold. And this is all completely for free. But the main thing that I want to speak about before we get into the tools is the upload timers. The data is updated once per hour and EU has a different time compared to the NA. The fresher the data is, the more deals are still going to be available when you're going out and buying items. The first tool that I'm going to be showing you is the shopping list. This is where you can search any single item in the game and it will give you back a list of all the realms and also the prices on these realms. For the maximum price, if you keep it at 10 million, it will show you absolutely every posting for this item. Or you can change it. For an example, if you know Tiny Crimson Whelping, you want to get it for only less than 1,000 gold, you can go ahead and put it at that and it will only show you the ones less than 1,000 gold. As you can see, we can sort the price from the lowest to the highest. It It will also give the quantity, and it will also give you the realm's name. And as you can see with the realm names, there are some that have multiple. These are those connected realms that we're talking about at the start of the video. As you can see, if we scroll down, they get more and more expensive. I believe the first one was only 8,000 gold. So if you have items that you already know are good items to flip, you can search them here and find the cheapest realm to buy them on. Very useful. The next tool is going to be the best deals. Now this is by far my favorite tool that they have. This will allow you to find some really good items to flip. As you can see, there is a bunch of different search options. These are basically pre-made searches that search for certain items and certain criteria. So as you can see, we have cheap pet deals, transmog weapons, transmog gear, dragonflight recipes, legacy recipes. We have illusions and consumables, high value toys, mounts, quest items. There is a bunch of different pre-made searches. Now you can obviously click on these and you can change around how you want the search to actually function and what you want it to search for. But they have a bunch of pre-made searches that all work really good if you just go with them straight off the bat without changing any of the criterias. I'll show you how I personally find some really good items to flip using these features. So as you can see, there is a bunch of different options. Now you could just click search and this would bring up the best of the best deals from all the different categories. Or you could play around with the settings and narrow down what you're actually searching for. So we have item categories. Let's go ahead and let's do recipes. However, you can pick whatever you want to be flipping and looking for. They have all of the different categories with all of the different items in the game. So what you could do now is it has the discount percent. So let's go ahead and set this to 90%. So we only want to see items that are 90% of a discount. We also only want to see items that are worth over 1,000 gold. Cool thing about this is you can change the sales per day and you can find items that sell a lot quicker than other items. So you can focus on faster moving items. Now, as you can see, it will bring up a search right here with a bunch of very useful information. And we'll have the sales per day. Now this is the average across all the realms, so it's going to be selling a lot more than one of these per day, especially on higher pop realms. The minimum price is the minimum price posted in the auction house at the moment. The historical price is the average price over the past 2 weeks. So if we go down to the second item, we can see this has a really high sales per day. We can see that's on Tichondrius. We can also see that we can buy this for 50 gold and the average price is around 1,000 gold across all of the different realms. We could also set the historic price from the highest to the lowest, so if we want to just look for the most valuable items that are in our search. Let's go ahead and we'll search it by sales per day, and this will be the quicker selling items. If we just want fast paced quick items that we can sell and turn over for a profit very quickly. Now we can also go off by discount. This will be the best deal out of all these items. So this one right here seems really good on Tichondrius. So this is going to be the infused wilder cloth bolt pattern. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and check this out. Now you can click on where to sell, and if you just go ahead and click search, you can leave all the settings as it is. They are set up pretty good and they will find you the best possible realm to sell this item on once you've brought it. Now what you can do is you can sort by the minimum price, and as you can see, there's one round where it's going for 17,850 gold, and this has a population of around 5,000. The second lot of realms is going to have a price of 16,760 gold. Area 52 has a minimum price of 13,741, and it has a very high population. So what I like to do is find a realm with a good price and also a very high population. So area 52 is going to be perfect to sell this item. We can buy it for 50 gold and we can sell it for 13,000 gold. So that is our plan. Let's go ahead and do that. So we want to log over and check first of all if we have Tichondrius on this account. I have two accounts, so I have all the auction house bank alts spread out, but on this account we actually do have this realm. So let's go ahead and log into the realm, and we'll go ahead and we'll buy this recipe. So I just want to scroll down. As you can see, Tichondrius, we've got the realm right here, perfect. Let's go ahead and log in. And it doesn't actually matter if you're Horde or Alliance, they can both use the Warband Bank, and you can move items from Horde to Alliance very, very easily. And obviously they all share the same auction house. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, open up the auction house, and we're going to search for this item. Let's go ahead and just paste it here. What I like to do is just copy it straight from Saddlebag Exchange, and then you can just paste it in, very quick and easy, you don't have to type it out. And there it is, 50 gold for this. There's actually a couple cheap ones on this realm, another one for 100 gold, we could potentially buy that. But for this guide's sake, let's just go ahead and buy the best deal, which was only 50 gold. We'll go ahead and we'll grab this out of the mailbox. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the Warband Bank so we can move this over to Area 52. So just like that, we got the deal, and let's go ahead and get this in the Warband Bank. Now, if you're a goblin, you can actually use a move which will allow you to basically summon a bank on a 30-minute cooldown. This could come in handy. Or obviously you can just run over to the bank and you can post it in the Warband Bank the normal way. But if you have goblins, this is a very quick and easy way to do this. There is also some toys and other ways to summon a bank and use a bank right outside of the auction house. Or if you have a longboy, you could set up near the bank and you could use the auction house on your longboy and then just run into the bank. So Area 52, one of the highest populated realms on the NA region. Well, I believe it is actually. And as you can see, we should be able to post it for 13,000 gold. Let's go ahead and find Area 52, and then we'll log into Area 52. Alright, here it is right here. Let's go ahead and log into our bank alt on Area 52. And what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Warband Bank. We'll grab out the recipe that we just brought for 50 gold. And we'll go ahead and get this posted up on the auction house for 13,000 gold. Now let's make our way over to the auction house and post this up using my TSM operations from my flipping guide. So you just want to go to auctioning, click on run post scan. We'll scan all the items in the groups, and as you can see, we're posting this for 13,741 gold, and we only spent 50 gold on this item, and we're on the highest populated realm that is going to have the best chance to sell quickly. Alright, next up, let's go ahead and use one of their pre-made searches. So they have transmog weapons. Let's go ahead and use this with all of the settings they already have set up for us. So this is only going to show items that are over 10,000 gold and also a 50% deal or not. So we have the Nightblade right here. I have Frostmourne on this account out of this connected realm cluster, and we can see the minimum price is 2,000 gold, and the average price across all the realms over the past 2 weeks is around 23,000 gold. So this could be a very good deal, and I personally know on most realms you can get a lot more than 23k for a Nightblade. This is a really good transmog item. So let's go ahead and we'll use this item for the example. This has the biggest discount also compared to the other items. If we just click on where to sell, let's check out where we'd want to sell this item. So if we sort by round population, we can see Area 52, but it's only worth 8,799 gold. If we look at Illidan, we can see we can get 56k for it. Storm Rage, we could get 71k, and then we have the realm where we just brought it off. There's only one quantity on this realm, so if we buy the one for 2k, there'll actually be zero competition on this realm, and we could post for a much higher price. And this realm also has a pretty high realm population. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy it off Frostmourne, and we're actually going to repost it back on Frostmourne. Because there'll be zero competition, this means we can post for a much higher price. And also this has a fairly good realm population, this cluster of realms that Frostmourne is on. So let's go ahead, and as you can see, we just bought it for 2k gold, which is extremely cheap for a Nightblade. I'm talking very, very cheap. Let's go ahead now, and we'll go ahead and we're actually just going to throw this back up on Frostmourne. So let's run back to the auction house and get this bad boy posted up. So we just paid 2k gold for this. And we're going to be reselling this using the operations from my flipping guide for 142k. And this is on a very high populated realm where it's so quick. Let me give you another example of a different search that they already have pre-made for us. So this is going to be transmog gear. anything that is over 10,000 gold, and the discount percent at 50%. So if we go ahead and look here, we've got this first item, the Binding of the End Times. We can buy this for 500 gold, and the average price across the past 2 weeks is around 15k gold across all the realms. If we click on where to sell and use their export search tool, which will find you the best realm to sell an item on, we can go ahead and we can see there's actually 3 realms that don't have any of them posted, and it's showing the minimum price as basically gold cap. That is just the default what it goes to, because currently you could technically post it for gold capped if you wanted to on these realms, because there is 0 competition. Now what we'd want to do is we want to find the realm with the highest population. In this case it is this one right here, and that is personally where I would sell the item. Or if you want to go for the highest pop, you could go area 52 and you could post it for 55k, which is also a very good profit if you want to turn over the item a lot quicker. So that is another search right there, but there is a bunch of different pre-made searches that you can use that all work really well. And I also believe that they're going to have the War Within searches only at the moment. As you can see, there's a couple searches that are called like Dragonflight, recipes, Dragonflight searches and whatnot. There's going to be War Within ones for those coming soon. Next, I'm going to show you the exporting tool. This is basically where you can find the best realm to sell an item. So say for example, you just brought a bunch of really valuable rare items that you want to find the best realm to sell them on. For an example, let's use the Nightblade. So we'll just post in the name right here. You don't have to play around with the options, but you can if you want to, just to narrow down the search a bit more. The population right here is the higher the number is, basically the higher pop the realm will be. You can also set it as a minimum population. Say for an example, I only want to see realms that have over 5,000 population. Let's go ahead and click on search, and this will bring up a list of all the best realms to sell the item on. Now if we look, there's one realm that has 0 quantity, so we could technically post up to gold cap if we really wanted to. This only has around a 9,000 realm population. The next one down, there's someone posting for nearly gold capped, and then we can actually see our listing right here on Frostmourne for this item, where we posted it for 142,000 gold. This has a really nice high realm population. So this is how you'd figure out the best realm, and you could basically make your mind up if you want a quick selling realm or you want the highest price, and you could either sort it by realm population for a quick seller or minimum price first for the highest possible price for the item and the realm that you want to sell on. I'll have a link to Saddlebag Exchange, the website, and also the Patreon. If you are a Patreon supporter, you get some extra features and some premium tools on Saddlebag Exchange, and also the Saddlebag Exchange team will help you with one-on-one calls with anything you need to know about Saddlebag Exchange and their tools. The future of flipping looks really good. This is going to be by far still the best way to make the most amount of gold in World of Warcraft. And with all these new changes, it's made a lot easier than ever. If you would like a full guide that goes into detail about everything you need to know about flipping in retail, you can check out my flipping guide, which will be the first link down below in the description box. This will take you from a beginner to an expert flipper. You also will get access to my TSM groups and operations that will help you out with flipping, and a step-by-step guide on how to flip and make as much gold as possible whilst doing so. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button, and also remember to subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be focusing on retail guides from now on, so a bunch of retail gold making videos coming very soon.